Hey guys, Emily here, and I'm back with my first real YouTube video, back to the channel, and today I wanted to, tonight I wanted to discuss, a movie review for, kind of a late movie review for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. For those who don't know, Leonardo DiCaprio is my favorite actor, and I'm a huge movie buff. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is by far, I'm not just saying this because I am such a huge fan of Leonardo DiCaprio, but it's by far his best movie. And the reason I say that is because he shows a lot of his, you know, um, characters and his characteristics in the movie, playing Ricky and everything that um, he kind of just forms himself into a portrayal of a great actor because he is a great actor, and I really like how the twists and turns were with Quentin Tarantino directing this movie. In the past, Quentin Tarantino is known to kind of have, twists that in the real world would not happen, that are movies based on the history, like with Inglourious Basterds, which I have not seen, surprisingly, but from what I have been told, I know the ending of that movie. And so I was surprised to see that this had happened, um, with the turnout of this movie, which, a little fun fact, well, not really fun, because it's about the murder of Sharon Tate. Sharon Tate was actually murdered on my birthday. So, August 9th, she was murdered on my birthday, like, I don't even know how many years before I was born, like 30 something years before I was born. Because when she got killed, it was in the wee hours of the morning, like 12 something in the morning, and so it's like August 8th into August 9th. But I really liked it. I was expecting Margot Robbie to have, less screen time, because I heard that she did, but the way it played out in the movie, she had a lot of screen time. And I find it interesting how they had showed, the movie that she was in, that Sharon Tate was in, and it was actually the real footage of the movie. And I was expecting them to kind of do like a remake of it, and just have Margot Robbie be Sharon Tate. I thought that was interesting. But I really like this movie because, I kind of have like this interest in true crime related stuff. I know a lot of people do. I've been having an interest in it for about a couple of years now, maybe like 2 or 3 years. But I've been getting really into it for about a year. And to me, Charles Manson was always one of those kind of guys who just really captured media, and especially for back in the 70s. And that's why to me this movie was so interesting, because I know with the Sharon Tate murder and like the other murders, like it being such a big impact, with the media and society, I just really wanted to see how far Quentin Tarantino would go. I was talking to my brother yesterday, and he had told me that, they found the car that the Manson family had actually drove the night that they killed Sharon Tate, but, in Quentin Tarantino's eyes, that was too, over the top for him. Coming from Quentin Tarantino, that was surprising to hear him say that, because he's such an over-the-top director. In a good way, of course. But with this movie, it was really well done. I kind of was getting a little bit skeptical, believe it or not, towards when the movie was, before it came out. I had high expectations when I first saw the trailer. But I didn't want to get my hopes up too much, only because I didn't want to watch the trailer so much. But of course, knowing me and my love for Leonardo DiCaprio, that didn't really turn out so well. So I ended up, watching the trailer more than once, which, to me, I thought that was going to ruin things for my viewing, like, kind of make it a little bit more down. But it actually, the trailers did not reveal, like, it literally revealed, like, literally not even the big parts of the movie. Like, there was so much in the movie itself that the trailer did not, like, the basic full-length trailer was a teaser trailer to me, in my opinion. And I kind of like how Quentin Tarantino would tease stuff and everything. But I do like the pick for Brad Pitt being Leonardo DiCaprio's, stunt double in the movie, because they do look very similar in real life anyway. So I believe that's the first time they've done a movie together, and they work very well together. I really like the comedic feel in it, especially when Brad Pitt's character is, talking with his dog and everything, and kind of like the relationship with them almost. But I end up seeing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in New York, in Brooklyn. There's this movie theater there that plays old movies and stuff. So they have um, these clips that they would play before the movie that would be based around the movie, kind of speak. So there was a couple clips that they would play, kind of giving like an introduction to um, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But the way it's set up, it was like I think it's called Amateur Roadhouse. I think that's what it's called. If I butchered the name of the movie theater, I apologize. But it's like one of those like indie movie theaters. And I actually really liked it because when you walk in, the carpet is like the same carpet from The Shining in like the hotel when Danny goes to room 237. That's like the same kind of carpet. So I thought it was really interesting over there. But that was my experience with it. I liked the fact that they tease Charles Manson in the movie, where like you don't really see him. You only see him like once or twice, I believe, and you would expect to see him more. I know the same actor who plays Charles Manson plays Charles Manson in Mindhunter, but I believe he's an older version of Mindhunter. I haven't seen the new season yet. I'm like on the last episode of the first season, but this is not about Mindhunter. This is about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I also liked kind of how, Leonardo DiCaprio's character was like kind of down in the dumps for being kind of like he wasn't getting any luck and everything with this acting, and he was trying to find anything he could get. And I just, to me, it's like you don't realize how much of an impact you really have until you're kind of like the hero, especially towards at the end when Sharon Tate's like, oh, like I have I used to talk about how I lived next door to you and everything, like you're like my childhood hero, and how like Emile Hirsch has his lunchbox and everything like that. So in case you didn't know, I mean, it's a spoiler video. I mean, you pretty much everybody's seen it by now. The twist in the movie is that Sharon Tate does not get killed because of how in *Inglourious Basterds*, Quentin Tarantino is known to alternating history like he did with *Inglourious Basterds* with Hitler. So you can already get like a sense that something was going to happen with this, because actually they did mention in the movie how Hitler did die and everything. So I didn't know that with *Inglourious Basterds*, but it made sense. And I do plan on watching *Inglourious Basterds*, but Quentin Tarantino, this movie of his made me really, I mean, I already considered him one of my favorite directors, but now he's like probably like my top, my number 3. He's beating David Fincher, let's just say it like that, because David Fincher used to be my 3rd, but right now it's like at neck to neck. But yeah, so that's pretty much the end of me rambling, about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Overall, now that I've had a few weeks to, have it settle in, I give it probably a 9 out of 10 stars. And the reason why I give it a 9 out of 10 stars is because, I feel like it was too quick. And I feel like it should have kind of been spread out more, because I feel like everything was just like, especially towards the end, like everything was just like together, and I'd rather it be like expanded out. I prefer longer movies, especially with Leonardo DiCaprio. But yeah, so thanks guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Did you like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? If you've seen it, if not, what are you waiting for? And who was your favorite character in the movie? Like who's your favorite actor in it? And yeah, alright, bye.